Peace, beloved. Welcome to Intellectually Foolish. This is your brother Wise Dunn. This is where intellectually meets foolishness. I got a little stuffy nose today. And I got my peoples up in here.
Why are you weak like that?
Got my peoples in here. Joy, stop laughing.
EJ was laughing. It's not even me. EJ's laughing.
Why you just don't pull it to you? Why you go down?
Because that's a lot of work.
Okay. Did you even say your name?
It's just Joy.
Oh.
Just Joy. That's the nickname that she got. And it's the good brother, EJ, a.k.a. El Gaddafi, a.k.a. the Honorable EJ Muhammad, a.k.a. shit.
That's it?
Y'all love everybody, man.
Okay.
I need a whole bunch of AKAs. How do I come up with my own AKAs? Do people give them to you, or do you come up with
AKA
them on your
Disneyland,
own?
AKA.
We ain't gonna go AKA Disneyland. You know what it is? It's not even me. It's not this. There we go.
Smart.
We're okay.
Smart.
Okay.
AKA Disneyland.
So, yeah. Go ahead, Don. Start,
All right.
weekend. Ask everybody.
Yes. How was your weekend?
My weekend was cool. I did absolutely nothing yesterday.
Nothing.
I was very happy. I
Just
just
relax?
sat and I watched TV all day with the kids. I forced them all to sit with me for 2 hours at a time.
What the hell was y'all watching for 2 hours?
Huh?
What was y'all watching for 2
Marvel
hours?
movies.
Speaking on that.
Pirates of the Caribbean. What else? Shoot, Star Wars. Yeah, Marvel movies, Pirates of the Caribbean, and Star Wars.
Only for 2 hours? Ain't each one of them was 2 hours?
That's what I'm saying.
Each one of those movies are at least 2 hours long.
And you only spend 2 hours with you.
Like 3, huh?
And they only spend 2 hours with you. So you watch them the rest by yourself.
Nah, I mean they sat with me. They fell asleep. They enjoyed themselves. They had snacks and stuff. Everybody wants to be up under mommy. So.
You know what I learned about Star Wars? As much as I love that shit, the people that I guess that we think are the good guys in that shit are actually really the bad guys. Mm-hmm. Like Darth Vader and them is like really like the good guys.
What?
Yeah. You never realized
You
that?
ain't never thought. You ain't never just said.
So I think all bad guys. Let's take Thanos for instance. Since we're gonna, are we doing movies right now? Is that what we on? We on movies. All right. So take Thanos for example. His intentions were pure. At the end of the day, he wanted to cut the population in half so that the rest of the world survives and that the planet survives, right? But the way that he chose to get there, that's what made him the bad guy. Because while I want the world to survive and I want people to survive, I'm not going to kill half of the population in order for that to happen. You know what I mean?
He didn't kill. They just disappeared.
I'm not going to get rid of half of the population.
But he knew where it was going to go if it just kept going.
He knew, and so did the rest of the world too. They understood what his intention was.
But the way I understand, Joy, I get what you're saying. But the way I look at Star Wars is I look at like the Republic. I guess I look at them like the United States government.
Oh shit!
And then the Siths are, you know what I'm saying, them type of folks. Those are us.
Those are like the 5%ers. Is that what you're saying?
No, those are us. Those are like those are the people, and they going up against the whole Republic shit. They don't agree with that shit. Maybe that's just my interpretation of it.
I think it's just your interpretation because like where the government was the them folks. The rebellion, those were the good people. Those were the people who were like, we don't like your rules. They're America.
No.
In their infancy.
Joy,
in their infancy is what I said.
What are you watching?
So this country was created out of rebellion, right? We did not like a certain amount of taxes. We didn't like the reign of the crown, right? So we came over here and we were like, we're gonna do our own shit. Fuck you guys.
Who?
Huh?
Who? We did?
Okay, maybe not we as in the melanated people, but
what you talking about as far as the white folks that quote unquote discovered America?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I'm saying
established their own government out of rebellion, right?
Out of rebellion and killing motherfuckers so they can start their shit.
Yes, but that's
So mind you,
you're taking the entire story and applying it to the one reference, and I'm only bringing up the one reference that it was made out of rebellion.
I understand, but I'm just saying, mind you, the rebellion that people of color had. I'm just saying, like the Indian Native. I don't mean to cut you off, EJ. That the Native American had steady trying to fight in, not to be conquered, they stuff taken over. It made it seem like they was the bad guy.
I'm not saying that was.
I understand.
Good. All I'm saying is, the country as we know it, as we live in, was created out of rebellion by immigrants. Yeah. That's all. What? That's all I'm saying.
How when they came and they stole land from people?
By immigrants.
The British.
Huh?
Remember, because they was under the British. And then they went how they got their independence was just because of that.
But I love Star Wars. If you look some of the older ones and shit, because they all kind of, to me, they all damn near the same, just with like new actors and shit. And you know what I'm saying? But I kind of agree with like Darth Vader and all them, man. They not really too much fucking with the other side of shit. They don't agree with. I don't want.
Can we say this? Can we say it was like the other side is probably like Britain, and then the Republic is America. And then the other small groups is just like
the rebellion.
Yeah, just the rebellion was just like the other people who just want to fight up against like all these major
just
powers.
Don't want to be under one major power. Okay, then that's what we can. That's what we can do.
I guess we could say that
there were two countries that were like, I don't like how you're running shit.
You got the other people come like, yeah, fuck this shit. We the rebellion. Y'all ain't finna fuck us up.
The rebellion is the regular people.
Hey, and I wanted to say this. Did you see Doctor Strange yet?
No, I can't see it until next week. Don't do it. Oh, it's good?
Oh,
man, don't tell me about it. We can't even talk about it. We can't talk about it because I can't see it.
Yeah, I wasn't.
You know what?
First one was way better. I'm sorry.
How did y'all feel about Inception?
I like that.
Inception was good, and the first Doctor Strange was good, and you're saying that the second one, trash.
I ain't gonna say trash, but it was.
I was just gauging your perception or your.
Christopher Nolan in Inception? Christopher Nolan with Leonardo?
Yeah.
That shit bomb as fuck.
I was gauging your opinion, like if I was going to respect it or not. So
yeah, that shit hard.
Because if you didn't like Inception, then I can't trust your word on movies.
Okay.
But I'm just gonna ignore everything that y'all said about the movie, and I think I'm gonna try to make it myself.
It was okay. If I had to rate it, it'd probably be like a 6.5. Maybe.
I feel like the best like comic book shit that they got out now is that the Batman. That the Batman hard as fuck.
Shut your mouth.
That shit is hard.
So everybody, all of my brothers too, they hated it. They thought it was trash. My sister, my baby sister, was like, "Nah, I fell asleep."
That shit was good as fuck. I like that shit.
That Batman was alright.
But of course, obviously, I like Christopher Nolan's Batman is better though. The Dark Knight, Dark Knight Rises.
That was the hardest.
What was the other one? Was it Batman Begins? Did he make that one with I can never Ra's al Ghul when he was in there? I can never pronounce that brother's name right. I think that's what it is though.
I'm pretty sure.
And the Scarecrow dude and shit. Those was cool.
Yeah, that was cool.
Those were some of the best Batmans I probably ever liked.
Other ones, no, that's one I was like,
I have to watch it still.
It was cool because I think
how you haven't watched it? You like those movies? You haven't watched it?
So I have this thing when it comes to DC and Marvel. DC movies. I think the best DC movie that's out is Justice League and Aquaman.
Those shit's corny.
I like them. But then it's like, it's when it comes to DC movies, they like to recreate the wheel so many goddamn times. And I just don't understand it. It's like, it's too many versions of Batman, and I don't like it.
I think for DC, they make it too animated.
You think it's too animated? Because I feel like the story is just dragged out. Like
that too. And
then there's a whole bunch of shit, like little fluff that they put in there, and it's unnecessary. It just doesn't have to be there. Also, I don't think, what is his name? Who's Batman in the Justice League now? Is that Matt Damon? What's his name?
Who dates?
It's not Matt Damon. It's
it's his homie. Ben Affleck.
Ben Affleck.
Ben Affleck Batman?
Yeah,
I don't think he should be Batman.
I ain't watched it, so.
You ain't watched the DC one?
No.
Damn.
No, that's a whole series that you just missed. It's like 4 movies.
I'm not a
Why?
real big comic book movie watcher.
I feel that. I'm only that for Marvel movies, but I know very little in the DC universe. You know what I mean? I know enough
Can I
to
give
survive.
you a small spoiler, please?
For what movie?
Small spoiler.
For Batman?
No, for
Doctor Strange? I might have to karate chop you in the throat if you do that to me. All right.
Damn, I want to say something so bad,
Don't
but I ain't gonna say it.
say nothing.
I'll say it.
No, man, no, she don't spoil it for me. I ain't gonna do
Yeah,
that.
somebody messed
Okay,
up
so this-
Spider-Man
so this
for
what
me
happened.
already, so it's like,
So this what happened in Doctor Strange. All right. So we
I've
got,
already picked out weapons from over here, so like,
so we got to get into some pressing stuff.
Oh.
If you want to go ahead and introduce the topic, since everybody be like, "Oh, why everybody else introduce the topic? You the host, you should introduce the topic." So go ahead and introduce the pressing. Go ahead.
Oh,
a depressing start. Oh Lord.
yeah, good brother. Who women hated so much. The good brother Kevin Samuels had passed away a few days ago. Was it Friday? Yeah, I think Friday. It was this past Friday. At the age of, 57?
It's young.
Yeah.
Yep.
Do they know
They were
why?
making bad jokes about him and shit on social media.
But you know what?
That's what people will do when you're a YouTube sensation like that. You belong.
They
to
would
the
just
people
hated him.
now.
They was like, "Yo, fuck this, what he get?"
Yeah, they was like,
Damn.
They was like, "Oh, I wonder if they got high value men in hell and all this, just a whole bunch of crazy shit." But you know,
A whole bunch of women said that, huh?
Yeah, you know the irony and all that is that all the like the shit that they spewing out in this man's demise is what he was basically saying. They basically proved him right in death. You know what I'm saying? So if somebody could laugh from the grave, it would be him. You know what I'm saying? Like, because all that hate that you basically just proving the man's point. You know what I'm saying? Like, you shouldn't even no matter how much you dislike a person. You know what I'm saying? When somebody pass away, it's like, come on now, you got to have some type of something there. I ain't saying for you to be fake, but it's like, how can you hate a motherfucker you never even knew him? You know what I'm saying?
It's pretty much my entire thing. I never met the man.
You know what I'm saying?
It's not that I hate him.
And I just feel like it's because I see a lot of men siding with women too against the brother, and I'm just like, bro, he was a champion for you. You know what I'm saying? Like, how can you side with a motherfucker? How can you side with women and shit, talking shit about this man who then passed away when he championed for the betterment of men? You know what I'm saying? He just was like, yo, men, y'all need to get y'all shit together. You feel me? And women, he just felt like women going after these high value men when there's more men out here that's not high value but still make a good amount of money a year that'll love you and care for you the way you should. And I'm just paraphrasing, but in sense that's what he was talking about. He was like, because if you get you this high value man who make $100,000 and up, they gonna have options. And not to say that the men who makes $50,000 or $60,000 don't have options, you know what I'm saying, because they do too. But he's saying there's more of a chance that if you dating this man that make this amount of money, they gonna have options. Whereas you could just get you a normal guy that's making good money and y'all
Might
could
actually be happy.
Exactly. And y'all could just grow together. That was his message. Now his delivery
Was a little harsh.
It could be a little harsh, but that was his message. And the women and some of these beta niggas out here just hated the man for it.
Betas.
It's a lot of them. It's a lot of them.
I think though, the accountability has to be taken by the man, but he ain't here no more. But you got to talk to people a certain way in order for them to receive your message a certain way. Like,
no, Joy, no, you cannot.
That is the reality of people.
You cannot coddle no grown person. That's out. You know what I'm saying? Like, even like with me and Dunn talk. You know what I'm saying? Like I've just, and I'm honest. I'm very transparent. I have just recently started getting my shit together in my 30s. You know what I'm saying? For years, you know what I'm saying, I've been on just bullshit as far as like street shit, whole bunch of dumbass shit. Even though her brother went to school, and I wasn't even raised like that. You know what I'm saying? Brenda ain't raised no street thug or nothing like that. That was something that I chose that I wanted to do. You know what I'm saying? Like, my little brother just graduated from med school the other day. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm saying like I wasn't raised like that. So basically, like, I'm losing my fucking train of thought here. But when I would talk to Dunn or you talk to other men that give you some game and shit, they not supposed to coddle your feelings. They supposed to tell you where you fucking up at and where you need to get on your shit. Or you ain't gonna never have the shit that you want. You ain't gonna never have the woman that you desire. You ain't gonna have none of that shit. You're gonna be settling for a low paying ass job. You know what I'm saying? Settling for a fat ugly bitch with kids. You feel me? Like, just
why she gotta be fat?
And why she gotta be ugly?
I'm sorry.
It's a pretty ugly, broke. Sorry, bitch.
It is. But you don't want to settle for. You know what I'm saying? So you'll get you a chick on the west side and shit with food stamps and shit.
No, I'm just telling you, just like don't
she
mean.
Look good?
I'm not saying that. I'm just telling you that all the bitches that you can get still could be like pretty.
Yeah, that's
and
true.
broke.
I just want to know why they gotta be bitches. But that's beyond the point.
I'm sorry.
That's beyond the point.
I'm sorry, but
You had said earlier,
and I mean, and all that comes into play. So when you really start to sit back and try to like be like, okay, I need to get on my shit. That's kind of like what
tough
Kevin
love is important.
That's what Kevin Samuels was doing. And so when you was like, oh, it's his delivery. No, his delivery was fine.
So what you had said earlier was when you're speaking to a man, you can't coddle no man's feelings.
A man or a woman, Joy.
But listen, the way that your mother speaks to you is different than the way that she will speak to other women, right? The way that a man will speak to another man should be different than how he speaks to another woman. And that just is what it is. So if he can deliver that message to y'all and y'all received it well, that's cool because that's how men speak to each other. But no man should be attacking no woman. You know what I mean? It's not going to be received well because women need you got to speak to women a certain way in order for them to receive what you're saying.
Then go talk to what's his name? What's the dude name? Queen Sheba and Queen Brown Sugar and shit and
who that?
Cocoa Butter and shit. What's the dude name? Fucking the black Pan-Africanism and shit. What's his name?
Oh, you talking about Dr. Umar?
Dr. Umar. Go talk to Dr. Umar. Go talk to him there because he gonna
Hold on, because I think I know exactly
Listen,
what you're talking about. Hold on.
I think it's just how you raise and who you deal with, or what you can handle, how somebody speaks to you. Because some people have a certain
I knew exactly who you were talking about.
Some people have a certain way of just talking. Like me, like just the other day, right? I'm talking to Justin. He was talking about. He's talking about him and Nick taking over the podcast and shit, right? And he was like, and what he say? He just said something like he said you can't sit there and argue with EJ. He said because you say something to EJ, he gonna get offended and get mad because he said you tell me he acting like a girl, he gonna be mad. And so in his like just not saying that the way if him and Nick had spoke, there's certain ways that. Some people address you or say something to you you're not familiar with. Like me, I don't like hearing somebody saying, you old bitch ass nigga. I don't like that. Like that shit irks me. Don't say that to me. I don't like that whole bitch ass. Even though you may be joking, that's some shit you say with somebody else. It's not
going to be received well.
So the way you speak to people does have something to do with it. Because listen, there's some shit I'd be like, okay, I get his points. And there's some shit Kevin, the way he do, I said, damn, bro, that was
a little rough.
Cold, bro.
Yeah,
like
because I'll tell you right now,
like,
I don't
shit.
disagree with the man in most things. Like I've actually listened to a lot of his shit, and I'm like, that makes perfect sense. And it's stuff that a woman will say to another woman all the time. Women have these conversations with each other all the time. But then he'll go off and he'll say some offensive ass shit. And it's like, God damn, did you really have to say it like that? Because if you said it like this, they would have received it better. You know? But he has valid points just like Dr. Umar does.
And I like Dr. Umar, you know what I'm saying? But I feel like in those like the YouTube space or whatever, I feel like Dr. Umar would probably be the coddler. Like, if you want somebody to coddle your feelings, go talk to Dr. Umar because he's gonna tell you how much of a queen you are and how much of this and how much of that. But if you want the real deal on how shit really is, you need to holler at K Sam because he was gonna give you that game.
He'll give it to you straight, no chaser.
Yeah. But
Dr. Umar has a chaser.
But I'm saying, those two different people though. Like Dr. Umar
They
on
are.
some educational, political shit. He's something else. Like Kevin Samuels on. Let me show you how to be and get what you want. You know what I'm saying? Two different shit like objectives that they going for.
Man, but so the whole thing behind the brother's death is just kind of just eerie and just kind of weird.
I have no idea what the details on that are, so
I wasn't
share
in the room.
me.
None of us was in the room. But just from what was said by the young lady that was there, very beautiful young lady that was with him when he passed, she said he complained of chest pain and he just collapsed on top of her. Now, I know a lot of people are sitting up here saying that in what he did, he drank a lot of Red Bull, and I know Red Bull can do it to you because I had a friend who I forget, but his dad friend or whatever had a heart attack from the Red Bulls in with a mix of a little something else. But he
dick pills.
There you go. And I think that's kind of.
He like, I'm about
what did it. I think that's
fuck this a little bit. Yeah.
I think that's what did it because as we all know, Kevin Samuels loved the young women. You know what I'm saying? And rightfully so. You know what I'm saying? That's what he wanted. You know what I'm saying?
That's what he wants.
You know. But
it ain't a minor.
Is 18 a minor? 18 a minor?
No.
Okay.
At 18, you're out of high school, and you should.
What about 17?
I know it's a year difference, but if you still in high school, you still think like the people that surround you.
High school at 16. Where do we draw the line?
What are we talking about here?
The age of consent, apparently.
I still think a motherfucker 18 is just way too young.
You think so?
Yeah.
I think 21. Because then 22. They've experienced the world. They know
21.
some shit.
Soon as they get 21, because look, now they're legal.
Now they're in their 20s and they're legal.
Then they
I
got
think they still need that gap year, though. That year to be a fully realized adult.
Right? Think about how an 18-year-old still have a high school mentality.
Definitely.
You know what I'm saying? At least 21, you got a few years out of school, and then you partying. You know,
you've had your college days.
Yeah. Like
people typically graduate college around 22, right?
Yeah.
I think people should just be well out of college because that's where you get your adult experiences.
I don't think you get that shit until your 30s.
Huh? Adult experiences until your 30s?
And I even go so far as to say 40 because I know some brothers, man, that still act like they 16 and shit, and they 36, 37 years old.
I would just say I think women need to at least make it through a couple years of college or just make it past 20 before you start even considering being in real ass relationships with people because you're still young acting. You still think stupid.
College is such a scam.
Well, as far as the financial things go, yes. But as far as the culture of college goes, what you learn when you're in college, the people that you surround yourself with, you find out more about the way that you think by being surrounded by different people.
I didn't find out anything.
That point.
I went to Morehouse and I didn't find out shit.
You didn't have any experience? Okay, all right. Because I mean, until you graduate high school, your primary home base or your base is, your social life at school and the people that you live with from birth to 17, right? You know nothing of the real world until you're out in the real world. And college does that for you. It puts you right in the middle of the real world. Gives you a reality check.
I think in some instances it does, but I don't.
I think, but you get more of
a sheltered real world type of view. It's like it's the
real
world.
The real world would be go out, get your ass a job, get an apartment, and take care of yourself. Yeah. That's the real world, but college gives you a little bit of a dose of that before you actually hit it.
Out, like everything about yourself. Still, you still finding like the things you do. Listen, you also when you're in 20, you still put up with shit you really don't like or what you think you want. Mm-hmm. You really don't realize the shit. You take everything for granted, damn it
until about 29,
till you're 30 and shit. Like your whole 20s is just being retarded. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Honestly.
Limited guidance. You're just figuring shit out, which is cool.
Because you look at people in 20, they go through so much shit, be down and depressed about dumb shit. You're like, what you upset about?
I hear this shit every day in the chair. Just, my life is so fucked up. How? Why? How old are you? And as soon as they go 25, I'm like, oh, that's why. Like I can't stand 20.
See, that's why I said this shit earlier. When EJ had said that shit, I like when people in other countries will look at us, they gotta be like, that's what? That's what? See, we'll look at everybody else though, and we be like, that's what you fuck? Then
you gotta bring the context
on,
in.
man.
They don't know what you talking about.
fuck out of here with that shit.
But yeah, back to Kevin Samuels. Yeah, rest in peace to the good brother, man.
Yeah, man, that sucked, man.
Rest in power to that brother, man.
57.
I know as far as I goes, I was a big fan of the brother. You know what I'm saying? Watched a lot of his content. He made a lot of good content, and he was also, he was a champion for the women too, man. I just think, like you said, Joe, I just think it was his delivery, and.
Because I can tell you right now, there's some need to take some accountability as women out there that need to improve themselves before they go and they require a dude to meet or to exceed where they're at in life. I don't think that's okay. I think people should be equally yoked or be okay with growing with somebody. Don't come in demanding shit and you ain't doing shit for yourself. That sounds goofy, and I don't. There's a lot of women like that, though.
I think
There's also a lot of dudes like that.
Because I think that's why he kind of addressed a lot of things. Because I think in our society, man, we like we try not to look at the truth about ourselves and how we are, and when we get to seeing the harsh reality of what people will accept and deal with in this reality, it will make it difficult. So we sit there and be like, well, it's like, if I'm financially just not there, it's like hard for me to accept like why they don't want to deal with me. So we'll be like, we'll try to avoid like, well, and I know like, yeah, this is the reason why she don't. If a chick who's just out of shape and, you know what I'm saying, and like, well, I could be this way and like, he gonna love me for that? No, not necessarily. You really gonna have to probably lose that weight, girl.
I mean, you know somebody out there likes it, but don't go after the dude that doesn't and then get pissed at him because he doesn't like that. Like, go after somebody else. Why make yourself crazy? I don't understand it.
And then he talking about the chicks who probably ain't been married and about 40, late 30s. What's wrong with you?
You know, the only thing which I kind of thought was funny, but the only thing I really thought Kevin Samuels kind of came harsh when I first started listening to him. And this girl, this chick or whatever, she had like 2 kids, and she wanted a man with no kids and a man that made this certain type of money. And Kevin Samuels was like, well, that shit is just not going to happen. Because don't no man worth value, you know what I'm saying, with that's making good money, want no woman with kids. And she was like, well, yeah, I can find. He was like, okay, so I tell you what you do. He was like, give your kids up for adoption. Which I just like, that shit is fucked up. He was like, for real. He was like, just give them up. He was like, give them up and then go live your life. He was like, because you're not gonna find no man making good money that's gonna take you and your kids.
I respectfully disagree.
Why? Why do you disagree, Joy? And I'm gonna have to go and look Kevin Samuels on some of the stuff that he said. But why do you say that?
Kevin Samuels does not speak for every person with a penis. So he doesn't know if there's going to be somebody or whatever. They're referring to these dudes as high value dudes or whatever. Mm-hmm. He doesn't know. He doesn't speak for all of them. Yeah. He doesn't know.
But the thing is, Joy, is that okay? Since you said that,
and then I also know from experiences.
Let's just use you for an example, right? You're a woman with kids. If you ever was to leave your significant other, and let's say you gave somebody a chance, right? Could that person discipline your kids?
Nope. Look, see how long it took?
I mean, it takes time because
no, you ain't gonna went through the discipline.
Okay, I understand. I'm not saying
I come from one of those homes. So my father and my mother separated, and then my stepmom, had she have been a different person, the discipline would have been received differently. But she's well within her right to, because she is a parent and she's helping raise these other 2 kids. So you have to be able to be in a relationship with somebody that you trust with the lives of your children. And if you're not in a relationship with somebody that you feel like cannot discipline your kids, then you don't need to be in that relationship. That's just my personal opinion.
Okay, but that's the thing. You went around the whole world. I was just looking for a yes or no. But because you
got to explain that.
You got to understand where I'm coming from. Like, I'm not saying that like this person that you with is this abusive motherfucker? What if he's a good guy? Like I got friends that got good stepdads and still couldn't discipline them.
Now, see, that's on the mom because me again. This is why I went around the world because for me personally, I'm not in a relationship with somebody that I don't trust with the lives of my children.
Exactly,
you understand?
That's
so they can discipline my kids if they're wrong.
My stepmom.
If you ever come to my kids and they're not wrong, then I'm fucking that person up.
So
Tom and Dre whooped our ass.
Then another point. So like that stuck out that he would say when he would ask when a woman would say, "Oh yeah, I did this and that." Woo. So you could just up and leave and take the kids. You know what I'm saying? With you anytime this man grow a close bond with your kids, a close relationship, you could just up and leave, take your kids, and you can sit and you could tell this man that, "Oh, you can't see my kids no more," which you are within your full right to do because those are not his kids. Those are your kids. So you can do that to him. And another thing, would you be open to give that new person a baby? Would you be open to do that?
Me.
Yeah, you.
Now, again, I am not the representative for all women. Joy's done making babies. So
oh, them two's tied.
No, but Joy's done making babies. I won't be making no more babies. But again, if I was in a relationship, we'd have to have that conversation there would have to be a conversation, but Joy's done making babies.
So you in a relationship with a man that with no kids, that's taking care of another man's kids, and he can't have, and you won't give him.
Okay, see now in that situation, if he wants kids, then we would have had to have had that conversation before we even entered in a relationship. See, I believe in going into relationships with both eyes open and full transparency. Like my husband and I, we went into our relationship fully understanding and knowing who each other was. You understand? So if you're in a relationship with a woman that will snatch those babies away from you after you've built a bond like that, that was always that person. She was always that kind of person. And now you got to take it on yourself for entering into that relationship with that kind of person. Just like if a woman was in a relationship with a man who turned out to be abusive, who hurt her children and shit like that, there are red flags everywhere, everywhere. And the accountability that you have to take on yourself looks like, oh shit, he's not really a great person. Maybe I don't want to be with this person, but people are so scared of being alone that they will settle for red flags. So I just think that there's a kind of person for everybody, and people need to be more intentional when they shop around for relationships instead of just jumping in one because they don't want to be by themselves anymore because they want dick. Because you can, I'm sorry. You can.
You was about to say
Did you just say that?
I'm sorry.
No,
just play. You go say it.
But that's literally how I feel about most women. Like I have these conversations with all the females in my circle. Anybody who ever asked me, relationship advice, they don't ask me because I'm not somebody who's going to hold truths from you, but my delivery is going to be different for each person that I deal with. But I'm not going to lie. You know, I'm not going to tell you, yeah, go ahead and be in that relationship. No, here's a red flag, and you don't address that shit. Sex ain't the most important thing in the world to be with some toxic ass person that's going to drive you crazy.
Some people just be lonely and looking for love.
They look for attachment. They don't really look for love. Yeah. They just look for
there you go attachment
bodies. Yeah, and I think that is the most
and what they lacking
thing
in
to do.
And what they lacking in, of what they feel like missing.
Maybe. That's a huge maybe because I don't think people are that logical, and that's part of the problem now.
You don't think people say, I want love, I want somebody to treat me like this, I want to go on trips and do these things. You know,
we work in the same shop, right?
Yeah.
So we be hearing the same conversations all day, right?
But I'm saying there's people out in the world that feel that way. You don't think so?
They exist. There's a possibility that they exist. But the reality is the majority of people out there, they don't understand the concept of love.
The core of everything, the core of everything, everybody's just looking for attachment. That's it.
I won't say at the core, no.
So
I just think that people stop at surface. Like people refuse to peel back layers to see what a person actually is. They stop at a surface. So like when dudes will be like, that's a fine ass, she fine, cool. But you have a conversation with her for 10 minutes, that bitch is dumb. But you're willing to deal with how ditzy that girl is because she looks good.
And you want that vagina.
And that's it. And girls will do the same shit. They'll be like, I think he looks really good. His body looks good. He takes care of himself. Cool. And you have a 10-minute conversation with him. You understand that he's got mommy issues. He toxic as shit. He might slap the fuck out of you a couple of times, but the dick is good. So they go ahead and run with it.
I think for guys, I think sometimes it's more about how can you please me? And for women, how can you treat me?
We ain't about to get in that conversation because that's going to be a long conversation. And there's going to be no resolution. We don't have time. We're going to have to save that one for the next
Oh, you don't got no resolution to that?
Huh?
We don't have no resolution to that. You don't think so?
We talked about it before.
We did?
Thank you.
To a resolution.
Yeah, I can't recall.
You don't remember this?
No, I don't.
But, I get it, but, there's some, Kevin Samuels was against brothers dating women with kids. Don, would you do it?
That's a very hard question.
I've done it.
I want to say, you know what's so sad about
bro,
it?
Can we just get a yes or no, bro?
I don't know. It's hard. I don't know.
That's not.
I don't know.
I think that's one of those things that requires thought. Like,
Yeah.
it has to be.
You don't want no
you
thought.
have to think it out.
You just think you're supposed to be like, yeah. And be like, all right. So the reason why something, you're going to say, yeah.
I mean, in the reverse would be, would a woman date a dude with kids and no woman? I think single dads are some of the most, they're really cool people. They're great people. And if I was single, hypothetically speaking, I wouldn't have a problem dating a single dad.
So Joy, why wouldn't you, if God forbid you and your significant other was to part ways, why wouldn't you give the next man in your life at least one? That's very selfish. We were just talking about that earlier.
It's not exactly selfish.
That's very selfish.
If I got with somebody who had no kids and they wanted kids, there would have to be so much of that person that I like.
Yeah.
Put it up so I can blow her a kiss.
Huh?
Put it up so I can blow her
No,
a kiss.
man. Hey, can you even see it on the camera? Huh? I hope not.
What woman with kids is on that phone?
Put it down. Put it down.
No, it was somebody famous.
Okay, what famous person with kids is on that phone?
Let me see. It was Jennifer Lopez.
It was Jennifer Lopez.
Yeah.
Wow, that's that shit that I was talking about.
Because she's a
You'll
whore, and I
ignore
like
so
whores.
many other red flags because somebody looked good.
Yeah, because she's a whore.
She's a what?
She's a whore.
Men like whores.
Wow.
Like whores.
Anyway, what was the question? Would I give another dude a kid? Hypothetically speaking. Hypothetically speaking, there would have to be so much more about that person that I love and respect for me to even have a conversation about having another kid. Because right now, where I am in my life, between myself and my husband, we are done with kids.
That's you and your husband.
Making babies. Now, if hypothetically speaking, we were to separate or divorce or whatever, and I'm in a new relationship with somebody, and I decided to go into that relationship with somebody who I knew wanted kids, that's an idea that might have to grow on me. We might have had that conversation already. So hypothetically speaking, yes.
How would y'all get around it though? Would you expect a new person to use condoms or something? Like, how would y'all get around that?
She might get her tubes tied.
I just might. To be honest with you, because right now, at again this stage in my life, I'm cool. Who knows where I'm gonna be at, in 2 years if it were to be a situation where I was separated or divorced or whatever, and now I'm in a completely new relationship. I would have to be, and that person and I would have to be up here with each other, like I would have to agree to that, is what I'm saying. While I'm open to it, yes, but right now, at this stage in my life, I ain't having no more.
So did he say single man with no kids or?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Now, if a single dad who already has a kid wants another kid, I'm gonna have to take stock of what this kid or how the care of this kid is going. Like, are you a good father? Can I see myself being pregnant for 9 months? Are you going to be able to take care of me while I'm carrying this baby? Because carrying a baby is a lot of work. That shit's hard. You need support at the end of the day. And then after
like it's carrying
a
basketball. Y'all straight.
That's what I say. That's what I.
Y'all just carrying a basketball.
I can't wait until science finds a way to make sure that y'all understand how hard it is to carry a baby.
Y'all's meant to suffer.
I said there's some woman there somewhere.
Meant to suffer.
There's some woman in the
Suffer,
lab that is
evil
working on this shit right
demon.
now.
So is it true? Like, do y'all like
women need to suffer from birth?
They do.
Yeah,
I
you
just think
saw some evil creatures.
Yeah.
You know what a priest had wrote back in the I think it was the 14th, 15th century. He said, "Women."
Don, I want you to stop there and remember what the 14th and 15th century was for women.
Those was good years.
Wow. And this is why we fight so much.
He said, women is like a church built on the sewage.
Drop the mic.
You said women is like a what now?
He said, not me.
What did he say?
He said, women is like a church built on the sewage.
Drop the mic. Drop the mic.
It's like a church built on. Oh Lord.
Drop the mic.
I wish I had the
Shout
patience.
out to that brother whoever had that quote.
He said that whole fucking church stink full of shit.
I wish that I had the patience to address that properly, but I don't. So
can we just repeat that one more time for the people that
He said
that probably didn't hear
he
the first time?
quotes, and I'm paraphrasing.
All right now.
He say, a woman is like a church built on the sewage full of dookie.
and yet y'all still fuck with us.
We got to go to church.
Yeah.
What the fuck? Yeah, we got to go to church. Praise the Lord under this shitty ass church.
That's horrible.
You know, but yeah, we still love y'all. That don't mean we. You know what I'm saying?
Because you got to praise the God. You got to go to church. But I don't want to be here because I got to be here. But damn, it stink. So I got to fuck with you somehow.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Man, y'all.
No.
Sight.
Joy, you know y'all evil in the motherfucker.
I will not say that women are evil.
Y'all evil.
This is just gonna be this whole episode because I feel like I'm about to have to.
I'm
put
just
y'all
playing.
on
I'm
game
just
the whole
joking. I'm just talking
episode.
shit. I'm just talking shit.
Just talking shit.
But he did write that.
Women are not evil. Women are not evil, but
People
women
are
can
evil.
be drawn to that shit though.
Why? Because a dude might have hurt y'all or something in the past. Maybe y'all watched The Color Purple too many times. Y'all seen Celia getting her ass beat and shit. The whole movie and stuff.
Nah, I don't think women are that simple.
Yeah.
Women are not that simple. There are layers to us. I think that experiences will do it to you. But you have to experience these things. You're not going to build your entire opinion off of stuff that you see in TV.
There's a lot of women that do.
There's some.
Lot.
I feel really bad for y'all if those are the ones that you've encountered because I still feel like your perspective is only going to be what it is depending on what you've encountered. You understand? So like, it's like the last episode we were talking
85.
about unconditional love, right?
85. 85.
Are you serious?
85.
That big of a percentage, you think?
It's 85, yo.
I don't know about 85.
Let me ask you.
I'll give you
Let me ask
50,
you. Let me ask you.
at
How
the
many
most.
people have you really encountered in your life that is have a similar way of thinking like you?
Not that many, and it's on the men and the women.
We
It's
talking
not
about
just
women though, not just men.
huh?
We talking about women, not men.
Both. I'm saying both.
Okay, well, both. It doesn't happen often. It does
There
not
you
happen
go.
Often.
There you
And
go.
women,
It's a high
it's
percentage that you're not
Very
gonna.
rare, but
It's a high percentage. So you can imagine. I can imagine just as well as women, just as well as men, how difficult it is to find somebody that's like minded or into the same shit you into.
And I don't.
So you got to deal with a lot of shit.
And I don't think women are these multi-layered creatures that you say. I just think men, and I've been guilty of it. I just think men just choose to deal with a lot of the bullshit that women do and let them get away with a lot of shit. I don't think that necessarily makes them these layered individuals. I just think that
define the bullshit.
I don't know.
We got time to find the bullshit.
I don't have time. I got to get up out of here in like 15 minutes.
Yeah, you're right.
So, you know what I'm saying? But, Joe, I'm going to let you slide with that one out. You know what I'm saying? I lost that.
I have a very long memory. You know I do. So it's going to be the next one.
You know,
I'm gonna have you address this shit because like if somebody were to ask me why I'm annoyed with people, I will always have a reason as to why I'm annoyed with people.
But you're not dealing with everybody.
But I will. No. All I will ever talk about are the people that I have encountered and the shit that I see. And I will always have a reason for you. I'll have a full list ready for you as to why I'm annoyed with people or why people bother me or why human nature is annoying or some shit like that. I always have reasons for that.
I don't get it. You're human. And we deal with humans.
Yeah, whatever.
Well, go live in the wild with a bunch of hyenas.
Let me finish my thought.
Go ahead.
Okay, thank you. On the opposite side, though, you know, if a man tells me, women are evil, women are full of shit, and women get on my nerves and da-da-da-da, I'll be like, all right, I want to hear why, though, so that I can enhance my perspective. I need my perspective to grow. Why do women get on your nerves? Why are they full of shit? Why are they annoying? Why are they evil? What evil shit was done to you that made you feel like all women, everything, walking, breathing with a heartbeat and a vagina is evil? Why?
A wise man once told me this. He said, "Women learn you to burn you. That's what y'all do." And that's
who said that?
That, you know what I'm saying? Shout out my dude. I ain't gonna put my dude on the spot.
Oh no, I need to know who that is.
It's on the shirt.
Okay, I'm gonna find out, and I'm gonna have to interview that person because I want to know. I want to know who hurt him.
Shout out Naked Athletics. You feel me? But
that's
huh?
No. I understand. At the same time, some do have a certain type of women that they gotta go for. Same thing as women. They have a certain type.
That's it. And that's all. I feel like y'all be messing with the crazy ones. But again,
they learn you to burn you. All of them. It don't matter. They learn your weakness, and then they burn you. That's what they do.
Some.
That's what they all do.
Not all of them.
I think that's just human nature in general. Like, you know what I'm saying? You sit there and you study and you learn somebody, you feel me? And then when it's the right time, you go in for the kill.
That is if your intentions are that way. God damn, who have you been dealing with, EJ?
He just hurt right now.
You feel me?
I just need to know who did it so I can have a conversation with her too, so I can understand the kind of women that you be dealing with. Because like at the end of the day, if you keep encountering the same kind of woman and they end up doing the same kind of shit to you, that is the reason your perspective is so fucked up. You've been after the wrong kind of woman.
They learn you to burn you.
Whatever. Because I'm a learner.
Hey, at the same time, sometimes
I'm a learner. I like to learn people. I do.
Hey, sometimes, listen, both parties can be fucked up.
Mm-hmm. Both ways. Yeah. There's accountability on both sides. I'm just saying,
like, sometimes we do fucked up shit and we be like, damn, man.
I'm coming back in.
Go ahead.
They learn you to burn you.
Yeah.
All I can speak of is on Joy, because I swear I've been hearing so many times over the last few weeks, few months, that I have to stop expecting myself out of people. I do think very differently, and I learn people just to understand. I love understanding people.
We need your husband to come on here one of these.
I would love it. I invited him today.
We need him to come on here, and we need.
What happened?
I'll sit here and I will shut up. I won't say nothing.
And I need to get an honest, very honest, everything about the way Joy is at home and everything else, because I just don't believe it.
You can bring my daddy in here too. I'm a very transparent person. The version of me that you got here is the same version that's at the shops, the same version that's at home, because I don't have the energy to present false images to people.
But there's a tad bit of Cruella de Vil that comes out every now and then. All women got it. All women.
I would love to know what my Cruella looks like.
Your husband does. You probably don't know it's coming out, but he know.
We gonna find out. Because I swear, I tell that man all the time to come on. I don't know why he don't want to come.
They all, even if it's just as simple as she might have cooked something and you playing the game and you doing something and she wants you to come eat at that moment, and you don't come eat at that moment, and she get mad. And it's like, so me sitting here playing the game or me doing whatever.
She been through that before. Hey, so explain. Why are you mad?
I'm not mad. That situation gets handled very different at my house. I used to get annoyed.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. So why? Why?
This is another one of those layers. If he spends a lot of time doing something and it's for me, and then it finally gets done and he wants me to come and see it, or he wants me to come and experience it, I'm going to get my ass up and I'm going to go because I respect that man's time and I respect his intention for what he did for me, for making me feel special. If I just spent the last hour in this kitchen and I just made all of this food and the food is best when it's hot, you're going to come and you're going to respect my time and my intention and what I did for you and come and eat this food.
I'm saying this, right? Let's just say he playing the game.
Huh?
Say he playing the game, right?
So you expect me to cook in this kitchen for an hour. I had other things to do, too.
Been there for 2 hours.
Huh?
Hour not long enough. You should have been there for 2.
Okay, fine. For the last 2 hours, I've been doing this for my family. And then you're going to tell me that that game that you're playing is more important than coming and enjoying the thing that I just did out of love for my family.
He's still going to do the same thing. He's still going to do the same thing that he would have done if he would have came when you told him it was done. 30 minutes later, he gonna eat the motherfucker.
He gonna eat it.
30 minutes later, when the food is not,
he don't care. He gonna eat it.
It was made.
He can warm it up.
So what's important to me should also be important to the person that I'm with. If I'm sitting here and I'm telling you I did this for you and I'm very proud of it and I really want you to come and do it.
So it wasn't just for him because you cooked for the whole family.
Correction. My kids gonna eat when I tell them to. At the end of the day, they're dependent on what I do. Okay. My husband, on the other hand, my husband has to respect the fact that I was just in here for this, and I don't have to fucking be here. So
listen,
it's the choice that I made. You know,
y'all act like he's not thankful. That y'all like the person's not thankful that you took the time out to cook.
I wish the hell my kids would sit on the game when I tell them dinner's ready.
There's kids,
because that's my kids.
But as a grown adult, to say, hey, you better come in right now.
Hey, babe, I just spent my time and my energy doing this thing, and I really want you to come and experience it because I'm proud of it.
Look at that.
I'm going to come
coming
eat.
Out. Look at that.
He's going to come eat.
All right, babe, I'll be there in 30 minutes when the food is cold. That doesn't sound disrespectful to y'all?
No.
Okay.
Well,
on the flip side, what is the thing that a man does for a woman?
Take you out to eat.
The choices that they choose.
Take you out to eat.
Take me out to eat.
Yep.
Okay. All right. Well, it's going to be a loose comparison, but whatever. It's not the same.
It's not.
We're going out to eat. Cool. Our reservation
We don't
is
demand
at
your
6.
time.
Our reservation is at 6. I'm going to be ready by 5. I'm just going to be ready to go because, like, the intention that my husband just put into making this reservation, making sure that it's a place that I like to eat at, and blah blah blah.
If you are late, that will fuck up it for both of y'all.
Yeah, that's
if I'm late, it fucks it up. Is what I'm saying. It's the effort that he put into it. It's fucked up if I disrespect that man's time.
So if he say, hey, I'm gonna take you to cheesecake or whatever. Anybody can pick a nice little fucking restaurant. Let's just say cheesecake, right? He's like, we're gonna take you to cheesecake, and you took forever, and y'all couldn't get in. Now, like, both of y'all can eat. Now you got to go eat at Wendy's. So it's like, hey, I tried to do this for you. But listen to him. He don't give a fuck that he missed on the reservation, and now he like, fuck. Hey, I'm cool with Wendy's either or. You the one who wants some motherfucking cheesecake.
True, but I
can still eat Wendy's and be straight.
I understand that. I do understand that. But what I'm saying is there should be an equal respect between two people. If he took the time out to do this for me, I'm going to respect it and I'm going to behave a certain way because that is the way that I'm led to do it.
Hey,
if I do something, he needs to respect me.
So it's okay though.
I'm gonna just keep it hot. When you in the middle of 2K and you in the park. And you can't just pause on them. You can't pause the matches. So you could have just went in there and made some bomb ass lasagna with the sausages and shit and everything in that motherfucker. You can't pause 2K.
Let me give you.
I got you.
What do you like doing? Hold on. Let me speak. I didn't speak yet.
Do it. No, stop it.
Okay.
That's gonna have to wait.
I'm fully aware of the time that it takes to play certain things on 2K, Madden, Call of Duty,
She play video games.
and all that other shit. So what I do is I time my stuff appropriately. I'm not getting in a match if I walk in there and I'm like, hey, babe, how long until it's all ready? And I'm talking 30 minutes. I'm off the game.
So that means
I ain't doing this shit no more.
So that man should time what he has to do in order to respect what you did for him.
Just like I do, because I have it's mutual respect at the end of the day.
It is respect. So you say you act like he don't respect your time.
He gonna eat it. It's just not.
So it's like this. Let me ask you. Let me give her an example.
That is
Can I give an example?
Compromise is what that is, and I'm cool with compromise.
Can I give an example?
Sometimes,
because you cut a lot of people off too. So hold on. Let her finish. Let her finish. Go ahead, Joy.
I was done actually.
Okay, can I say something now?
Go ahead.
Let's give an example. What do you like doing?
What about I'm just playing. Go ahead.
What do you like doing? What do you like doing?
I like being outside.
Do you paint? Do you paint?
Do I paint?
Yeah.
I draw.
You draw. Let's say you drawing, right? You was drawing something. And your husband said, I'm going to cook.
Okay.
And you just drawing. You finishing the drawing. I used to draw. So it's hard to just, you doing something while you in the moment to just drop something and say, okay, you being creative at this time.
Okay.
You're being creative. You're drawing. And he said, honey, I got these pancakes. Come eat. And you like, damn, I'm drawing. Like, you going to say, okay, I'm going to put it down. Let me just go. Because you already doing, you're like, okay, I'll be there in a minute. You're like, just let me finish this just real quick. I'm going to just finish this. I'm almost done. Because you want to get it done because you got something going. You know he's cooking. You're going to get to it. But it's not like he's saying it's about to go to waste where I'm not going to have a good tasting meal where he just say, it'd be a difference if you cooked and he said, you know what, honey? I want Subway. I don't want to eat that shit. Then you'd be like, oh, that's fucked up because he wasted your time.
That would be a little messed up.
But if he say, babe, just give me like 5 minutes. But he know he's going to eat the very good cooked meal that you did spend time and your soul and your sweat into. He going to get to it.
Okay.
After, like, what's 5 minutes? Let's just
what's
say
5
10.
minutes? Okay.
What's 30 minutes?
I got you.
30 minutes ain't shit neither.
What
you
is
can,
more?
You can wash your hands.
What is
you
more?
You can take out the trash. You can do all that shit. Even though they try to say that's a man job, she's an independent woman. She can do that.
Yeah, you can do that. Women can
take the trash out.
Too.
My husband don't even let me touch the trash.
Is that right?
Well, he need to.
He don't let me touch the trash.
Why,
I tried.
Y'all want all these rights, but y'all won't do nothing that we have to do. How you want all these rights? Take out the trash. Take the fucking trash out.
Change the tire for me too.
I'm gonna address that later. I'm gonna address that later. I'm gonna address all of that shit later.
And I need the oil change.
Y'all can't get y'all ass up and take the trash out.
Okay, hold on. So, because I'm ready for this today.
You can just tell Joy just getting agitated. I love it.
I'm not agitated. I'm very calm.
Hey, finish your story. Finish the story. What I was saying.
But take the trash out of shit.
At the end of the day, what it comes down to is what is more important. Do you want to finish all of this shit that you're doing with your boys on the yard? Or
the park.
Huh? Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. The park. My bad. I messed it up. I'm sorry. What is more important? The time and effort that your spouse just put into X, Y, and Z, or finishing whatever you're supposed to be finishing on this game?
He see you all the time. So whatever you're doing for him, he is.
You and that fucking food ain't going nowhere.
So what that says to me in that moment is that fuck the time.
So that
fuck the time it took. No. Wait. What it
You're
says
not
to
even
me,
to the
we're
point.
not even thinking about the time at this point. Don't even address the time. What is more important to you at that moment is going to be sitting on this game than coming and appreciating what I just did.
Yes.
That game right now comes before what you knew I was already doing. So the intention that you had.
But he was already playing the game. Let's just say he's already playing the game.
So you know I'm in here cooking. Because this is what I do.
He's doing that while you cooking.
Listen.
Go ahead. Okay. I'm listening.
This is the kind of thought and intention that I put into my relationship. Okay. This is why we are the way that we are. Okay. If I know that he's doing something, if I know he's cooking, everything that I do from his start of cooking to the end of cooking is going to be timed to his pace so that I'm going to be done with what I'm doing before he ever gets done with what he's doing. And that's just to avoid the issue of, let me finish this before I come and eat. Because my understanding is that you're doing this for everybody in the house. So everybody in the house needs to respect the fact that this is what you just did, and we need to respect your time. For me, respect is big in a relationship, and thought and intention is important too. So I'm thinking about everything that you got to be thinking about in order to sit there on that fucking game while I'm cooking. And I'm done now, and I told you I was almost done about 30 minutes before. That is also a thought that I put into it. I have to communicate that to my husband now because we did almost have this problem.
You see this?
I'm aware. It's okay.
Y'all want to control
this is a part
the
of those
people's
layers.
Time.
No, it's not a control thing.
That is very controlled.
It is not a control thing.
How?
It is not a control thing.
How is not? And then it's manipulative at the same time because it's like, it's my time. It's this time I spent in here cooking this food for you and this and that and whoop whoop. That's manipulation at its finest.
You said my
Manipulation at its finest.
Got y'all.
And that's where the evilness in y'all come in.
That's where the evilness comes in. Okay.
We're going to wrap this up though in a minute.
It's okay.
To go.
We can end it on this note. That's fine. I didn't tell me I came in here looking this crazy today. Oh my God. I look insane today. Babe.
What's up, baby?
Do you feel like, matter of fact, what's the question that I'm even about to ask? I don't even know what the question is at this point.
You be fucking us up.
So
it's about the playing the game and on time. You cooking the time.
So when I'm cooking, think of how it used to be, right? How it used to be when I would cook and I would finish food and then you would be on the game and I got mad. Why did I get mad?
Well, you would get mad because after you finished cooking, you was basically looking for the reciprocated energy and time. But I would give it back to the game.
Do you feel like it is a problem that I would get upset at that? Because if okay, and then in the reverse, when you cook,
Put them towards the mic.
in the reverse, when you cook, do I give you the same energy?
Yes.
Riot, do you feel like she was tripping for no reason while you was playing that game?
In the beginning I did, but when we sat down and we talked about it, she explained to me how it made her feel. And outside of what I thought, if I was making her feel that way, then it's my opportunity and chance to address it. Now, I can completely ignore her complaint and say, hey, when you're on the game, you don't pay me no attention. I can ignore all that and say she's tripping, but then I'm basically not validating how she feels. And that's not how I want her feeling at all.
Okay.
Because in the reverse, if I go and I invalidate your feelings, now we both fucked up, huh?
Correct.
I love you.
All right now.
Talk to you later.
You know what that sound like? You know what that sound like to me, man? Much respect to your husband, man. You know, so you know what that sounds like?
I already know what you about to say.
That sounds like them terrorists and shit when they got them people looking in the camera and got them reading shit. That's what that
With absolutely no context at all. That's what that sound like.
That's what that sound like. Like,
He held them hostage for so long. He like, God damn, I got to do it.
Yes, I'm over here.
She gonna fucking kill me.
Yes, I'm over here. Let
me make sure I answer this right.
This is such a great place to be. Like, but you know, like, but shit.
All I'm saying is that man love it here.
Yeah,
Okay,
I understand
so,
that. We not knocking that. I'm just saying that the fact that you guys force yourself on somebody, or you force your time on somebody. Y'all do. It's all about time.
That's what that sounds like. Me forcing my time on him. Are y'all single?
No.
Huh? No, you're not single. I want y'all to have this conversation with the women that you are dealing with.
Yes and
See
no.
how it goes.
Yes and no. Yes and no.
You're in limbo.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Find a female that you actually like, that you have dated before in the past, that you have a standing working friendship with, you know, and have this conversation with them.
She got mad because she cooked. I went to her house. I was playing a game on my phone. She got mad.
Ask her why.
I know why she got mad, but I don't give. I don't.
Did she tell you why?
Yeah, I didn't give a fuck because I'm just like, dude, I'm sitting here playing my game. The shit's still gonna be there when I'm done. Like, calm down. It's not that big of a fucking deal.
You never get an answer. What's the difference between 5 to 10 minutes, though? That's what I was asking. What's the difference between 5 to 10 minutes?
Your food is still cooking while it's hot.
That's what's up.
So by the time that it gets to like a cold
it needs to cool down.
By the time it gets to the cold place, the composition of your food is different.
I don't even like my food that hot anyway.
So that's the explanation you giving me. That's the explanation you give me because the fact that it don't taste
messing with me. I'm not figuring this out. Whatever I say, there's going to be a
that's
counter
what you
to
said.
it.
The fact of it don't have the good taste to it when it's hot. That's the explanation you giving.
The composition of the food is different as it cools down.
So you said when it's hot or when it's cool, the taste of it's going to taste different? That what you said?
The composition of your food is different as it
What do you
cools
mean by
down.
that? I'm retarded.
You like grits?
I like grits.
All right. We love grits. Cool. You like hot grits or cold grits? Because what happens when the grits get cold?
I like it when they in between.
What
they
happens,
get hard.
What happens
When it's
when
cold,
they
it
get
gets
cold?
hard.
Okay. The difference between hot grits and cold grits is 7 minutes. It's about 7 minutes.
How
Past
many
7 minutes, that shit's about to get hard and
Let me
weird.
ask you, how many food have the texture of grits?
Hey, Joy, let me ask you a question though. Let me ask you
How
a
many
question.
food got a texture of
Joy, let me
grits?
ask you a
Mashed
question.
potatoes.
If it's that big of a deal, hold on. If it's that big of a deal, and if he's not coming in there when you want him to come in there, then when he's ready, how about you just go back in there and make him some more grits?
So what I do now, because there is compromise on both sides, right?
Mm-hmm.
While he makes a very, very conscious effort to be there when I say dinner's ready, I understand if he is busy.
He makes a hostage effort.
Did I say hostage? I could have sworn I said conscious.
Yeah, hostage.
But if he's doing something like say he's doing something, I don't know, improving the house, fixing some shit. I don't know what you men do around the house. If he's doing something like that, then okay, your plate goes in the microwave. Everybody else is eating. We do compromise in my relationship. You understand? So
We need that
Playing
brother
the
on here.
game?
now the game is very different. That is leisure. If you're sitting there and the game is more important.
Let me ask you. Let's say this. Let's
That's
just say this.
something
Let's
else.
just say this, right? Let's just
we
say.
gonna have to-
Okay, we about to wrap it up. Let's just say he was building like a tool shelf in a garage for himself, right? He was building, right? Something for him.
Okay.
And he was building on that, and he was like, "The food ready." Like, "I'll be there in a minute, babe. I'm almost there." Is that a problem?
We've also had this happen.
Okay, I'm just asking. Is that a
Brian
problem?
and I, we could write a freaking
Is that a
book on
problem?
our
I just
shit.
hello. Listen, answer the question. Is that a problem?
In this same situation, I reminded him twice, and his plate was in the microwave ready for him. When he got to the door, it was hot.
So that's not a problem.
Because-
But that wasn't a problem.
See, at this point, here's what's happening. Here's what's happening at this point. I'm going to keep your food hot because I understand that you're over there doing something, whatever he's occupying his time with outside of that game.
That's something too.
That is something. I do
something, too.
understand. I do understand. The frustration comes when you do not come and eat the food.
When
It doesn't
you
matter
want him to
what it
come.
is. It doesn't matter what it
When
is.
you want it, when you want him to come.
When the food is ready.
No, when you want
No,
him
when
to come.
you want him to come.
It's when the food is ready.
The food is ready.
When
The food is ready.
when you ready with the when you done with the food.
It's when the food
The
is
food,
ready.
listen, Joy.
But the food will be ready and it will be hot and it will
And
be,
that
it
goes
will
back
be
to
ready for
this.
him. But me being a wife, me having to put myself
Goes back to what we had the discussion about. Go ahead.
listen,
Go ahead.
me being the wife, putting myself back in that role where I'm what is that word? It starts with an S.
Submissive?
There's the word. When I have to put myself back in that role, it's like, okay, all right, that is the husband. He's doing what he needs to do right now to relax, cool, whatever. I'm going to make sure that I do my part, make sure that his food is ready. But you gonna hear about this later.
See, that was Kevin Samuels' other thing.
No,
Y'all,
I'm saying
women today,
it gets addressed
women
because
today don't like to be submissive. Y'all hate. It was just even hard for you to even say it. You don't like to be submissive, Joy.
I don't have a problem being submissive to my husband. We had this conversation too. It was off camera.
Okay.
We talked about this.
I still
want
want to go back to what you
gonna
said.
have to talk about it.
Listen, what I'm saying, what you saying is what we had talked about earlier. That's part of selfishness. Because somebody's not coming to the time that you want them to be. Well, you want them to come. You don't think that's not?
No,
Why?
because
You said he didn't come when the food was ready. That's what you said. He didn't come when the food was ready.
I don't
I
talk
cooked
like
it because
that.
I served my time.
I don't even talk like that.
Okay, hold up. He didn't come when the food was ready because... how you want me to do it? Either way, that's what it
At
sounds
least a
like.
little like I actually talk.
Okay.
I don't talk like that.
But you said he didn't come when the food was ready. Because I spent my time in here for 2 hours, and he didn't come when the food was hot and ready when I said to come. That's what you said.
There's-
I. You don't care at the fact of he's going to eat and enjoy the meal. He said, I want it right now. You better be here right now when I say come now. That's not demanding.
I'm
Nor
not a
selfish.
demanding person.
That's
I am
not
not a
demanding.
demanding person.
It's
No.
controlling then. It's controlling.
Joy, if I say, hey, girl, you gonna bring your ass here right now at 10 o'clock on the dot, you need to be here. You're gonna be like, wait a minute, hold on. Like, damn, what the fuck? Like, I'll be there. I'm coming. But if I was like, hey, you better be here right motherfucking now at 10 o'clock, you're gonna be like, hold on. I'm like, Joy, we already recording. What are you doing? What's taking so long? You're gonna be like, damn, this motherfucker's forceful. He's forcing. Bless you, brother.
Thank you.
It's a lot of sneezing. God bless you.
No shit.
But it's okay when they say, hey, it's my time. I better do it. Got to spend all this time.
There are layers to this situation that a 2-second answer is not going to it's not going, you're not going to be happy
Joy, I'm just asking,
with the 2-second
Joy,
answer.
I'm just asking this.
There are layers.
Joy, I'm asking this. Just is that not a little bit selfish and demanding? Just really think about it. As logical you say you can be at times, just think logically. Is that not demanding nor a little selfish?
In order to address that logically, I would need time.
Okay. Thank you for subscribing
There you go.
and listening to Intellectually Full. I hope you like, subscribe, and comment. And hey, man,
I
we
need
should have had
all
called
the
Ricky,
comments.
man. Ricky, next time I'm gonna do
We just need to bring Rick here.
yeah. Cause Rick be listening, man. He be want to chime in.
Shout out to Rick, man.
Rick, man, appreciate you, bro.
Man. Shout out.
Well,
He had good commentary.
yeah,
and
he did,
everything.
man.
Shout out that brother.
So we thank y'all, man, for listening.
And
We
I
thank
want
you,
to-
Joy, for being a good woman you are today and forceful on
And
demanding time.
And I want to just address one thing, just in case the good brother, your husband, his name is Ryan, right?
Yeah.
Just in case Ryan listens to this, it was just all jokes. I don't think you're a hostage, even though his explanation did kind of sound like.
It sounded like the sunken place to
Yes,
you.
it just sounded like he just had flashbacks of just Joy just slapping him upside his head if he said the wrong thing.
It sound no.
But shout out.
He just had to deal with it for so long. He's just like, man, let me just fucking do this shit. You know? Fuck. That's what he was like. He's like, fuck. That's what he really basically said. Ryan was like, yo, man, at first I was like, man, fuck, she tripping. And like, you could tell she kept nagging him for years and years
Not
and years.
years.
It wasn't.
No.
Oh, it must have been a serious conversation.
Like
he had
I
to have.
said, I am a very transparent person. I'm not.
So
gonna
they
be
talked about it for
mad.
3 hours. They talked about it for 3
No,
hours.
it don't take that long to explain why I'm upset about something.
How long he used to make you mad doing that? Before we get off, how long he used to make you mad doing that? Because I know he had to been doing it for a minute.
I mean, we're 13 years, 14 years in now.
Okay.
So
I'm saying, how many years was it
we
until
were
you got?
young as hell. I just need to go ahead and put that out there.
Okay.
It was probably like a couple years
Couple
in our
years.
first
So
place.
do you give him a time limit on when he can on how long he can be on the game?
No, now
No.
he just go because like
No.
he had to deal with it because
What
she like
No,
why
I'm
you
saying-
taking so long? I'm
talking about like just in general, like regardless if you cooked or not. Is there like, did you guys have to sit down and be like, okay, like this is the amount of hours that you could be on the game?
No, I would never do that. But what we did talk about, but is going to sound a little weird maybe to most people who don't have kids, is that if you spend 15 hours on the game, you are, or
for real?
It's doable.
dudes do that.
It's doable.
Dudes do that.
I
But
done
if you
it.
spend that much time
Dang.
Not
of
15.
waking hours, like sunlight hours, your kids are missing time with you unless they're able to play with you. But sometimes what a dude will do is get so lost in it. He'll be in it and he don't want to teach the kids. He don't want to play with the kids. The kids are going to fuck up the missions.
don't know what
The
they
kids are going to
doing.
lose them. They don't know what they're doing.
can't get no 2K.
Exactly.
You can't play
So
Modern
you
Warfare
don't
2K.
want them to play with that shit. They might break a controller or something. So you are in your own little world and nobody gets to experience you. That is a conversation that we did have.
I could
and
say-
it's the same. It's
I could say
same
the
in
most I
reverse.
probably ever played on the game. Go
Wait,
ahead.
wait. The reverse, as far as I go, is how much time I spend at the shop. So that's my passion. That's what I like to do. That's my hobby. I went and made my hobby my job. So if I spend 7 days a week straight at the shop, my family misses out on me. Just like your family misses out on you. Even though you're there, even though you're present physically, you're not there. You know what I mean? So that's the conversation that we had to have. And it went both ways. We both had that conversation about the things that we love to do, needing to have a limit on how much time we will spend on it because we will both get lost in the shit that we love to do.
Damn, I'm just saying, like, I only spend the most I ever spent on the game is probably 3 hours.
That's what's up. I done spent like at least 7 on that motherfucker.
I can't do
2K.
more than
I said-
a couple of hours. Like
Playing
I
2K with the
love
homies.
Call of Duty, and
shout
I
out-
can't.
shout
do
out-
I like
that
Call
shit
of Duty,
all
but
day.
I'm only going for an hour.
Shout out all the homies. Shout out Kev. Shout out Dollar. You know what I'm saying? We used to be on that 2K all day. You feel me? It's a marathon. But yeah, we out.
All right, we out, y'all, man.